I think with every episode I watch of Fairy Tail, I should just be prepared to laugh, because the second half of Fairy Tail, this episode, is just fucking hilarious. With Natsu's group running in to what they just look like a bunch of clowns. But I'll get to that later on. First of all, we obviously take a pause from the Grand Magic Games when Rufus lost to Grey, and what we got from there's not much progression with the Grand Magic Games. What we saw was things still moping about, thinking about Lecter's death and all of that shit, and it turns out that Lecter isn't really dead, that Minerva actually saved Lecter in the last minute, that she used her teleportation magic to teleport him to another dimension before the leader of Sabertooth could disintegrate him. And what kind of bitch of a daughter is Minerva? She told her dad that, wow, you're weak in it, that you're removed as the leader of Sabertooth, and she basically nominated Sting to be the leader of Sabertooth. She basically telling Sting that the power of feelings is what Natsu used to defeat both him and Rogue, and a lot of shit about feelings is being said during these episodes, even the last week's episode. You're basically telling me that feelings can defeat raw power. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit, because if I'm facing some weak mofo and his feelings are raging high that he needs to defeat me, I'm still gonna fuck up that mofo. There's no such thing as fucking feelings over power. That's complete bullshit. But anyways, it's anime, it's fairy tale. What do you expect? You can't take it too seriously. Sting is happy as fuck. He wants Lecter back, and then Minerva says, well, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get a boner. Don't get too excited. I'm not giving you Lecter back until you certified win the Grand Magic Games for us. And this takes us back to the power of feeling. This is why she's doing it. He's going to be fighting with the ambition and determination to get Lecter back, and that will drive him. So Fairy Tail's logic is feelings beats power. Okay, bullshit. But now we go back to Natsu's group, which is the funniest shit. That guy, when they introduce themselves, is just some funny. First of all, Natsu and Lucy seem to be flirting with each other. I'm seeing Natsu banging Lucy later on. Probably not gonna see it. You're just gonna be hearing the noise, the moaning in the background. You know, that type of shit that Fairy Tail always do. Because as soon as he, the bitch sat on his face. Come on. And she said it was by accident, yet she was still sitting there. She was she was toying with him. She was enjoying that dragon breath tongue up in her ass. I know she was enjoying that shit, because she looked excited. Natsu looked like he was out of his breath. I'm saying, motherfucker, breathe. Take her fucking ass out your face and fucking breathe. But anyway, enough of that sexual bit of Fairy Tail, that fan service bit. We go on to the action where Group B of Fairy Tail meet Garou Knights, and they just look like a bunch of clowns, like I said in the beginning. Especially that one motherfucker. Even Natsu was laughing. As soon as Natsu started laughing, I started laughing, because he looks like, he even called them, these guys just look like losers, they don't look like knights. And then he pointed to that one ugly motherfucker, which I'll pop on the screen. If you don't laugh, I don't know, maybe it's just my sense of humor. But this motherfucker, this mofo is fucking ugly as fuck. There's nothing that can revive his facial structure. He's an ugly motherfucker. And the thing is, Natsu's laughing at him, but I think a member of the Garou Knights, I think Cosmos, the girl, keeps calling him ugly as well. He's like, you're not beautiful, you're fuck ugly, you're fugly. Fucking hell. This is just hilarious. And then the battle commences between Wendy and Natsu versus Cosmos. I forgot the paper girl. I'm just gonna call her paper girl because she just seems to use paper. It was hilarious when Natsu was thinking he's gonna take them 2-on-1. I'm like, come on. It's Natsu, of course, and she was throwing fire at him, and I was like, oh, come on, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Natsu was giving it the big mouth, saying, oh, I'll just eat this fire, and she was just slumping him on the floor. That was fucking hilarious. Natsu was shouting and that, thinking, oh my days, it's gonna be so easy, using fire against me? Do you know who you're fucking with, bitch? And then she was like, do you know who you're fucking with, bitch? And she was just slumping him on the floor. I think later on, she even used ice against him, and it was so funny because he blazed out of it with all his might and fire, and then at the end of the day, he got captured by some fake shawarma using plants. It's just flipping hilarious. I love this episode. I love Fairy Tail, to be honest. It's not like the greatest of animes. It's not the best, but it's good for what it is. It's funny. I like animes that's funny with a bit of action, and that's what Fairy Tail brings to the table every single episode. But at the ending, it seems that Wendy's been captured, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that plant is the plant that eats insect or whatever, carnivores, one of them shit. So I'm guessing, obviously, Wendy is not gonna die. It's like next we see Natsu like, oh, Wendy, all of that shit. He's all gasping and that. We obviously know someone's gonna break her out of that shit before it has a chance to swallow that bitch. Overall, this episode was good. It wasn't fantastic, but it was good for what it was. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It was quite good. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy Fairy Tail every episode. Even if it's not the greatest episode, I'm still gonna enjoy it because I'm a fanboy. That's the fanboy in me. So anyway, leave a thumbs up, smash your mic, and I'm out.